My story with Bitcoin began when I first got involved with it back in 2017. I was super excited because Bitcoin had just run up to $20,000 for the first time ever. But then of course it plunged down to $5,000. And for the next couple of years, it stayed low. And I thought, man, maybe this whole crypto thing isn't gonna work out after all. But then in December of 2020, Bitcoin started to climb again and hit a new all-time high of $69,000. On August 13th, 2025, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $124,128. And at the time of this recording, Bitcoin is at $111,000. Now, if you look at any asset that goes through these types of price surges, you'll notice something interesting happens right after the big run-ups. It almost always ends up coming back down and establishing what's called a floor price. A floor price is the lowest level that the price tends to settle at after a big surge. And each time Bitcoin has done this, it has set a higher floor than the last. This is why if you zoom out to a longer time frame, you can see that the overall trend of Bitcoin is always up. If we zoom in, you'll see that Bitcoin spends most of its time moving sideways in what I call boring stretches, where nothing really happens. And then all of a sudden, 3 to 5 times a year, Bitcoin will spike upwards in price and head towards a new all-time high. Sideways, sideways, boom. It's kind of like a boxer who dances around the ring for a few minutes and then throws a knockout punch. That's how Bitcoin moves over time. And it is important to understand this because there are a lot of people who get impatient during the sideways months and they think Bitcoin has failed. But if you just hold on a little bit longer, you'll see that eventually it will break out, creating massive wealth for those who simply held on. In fact, if you zoom out to a 4-year timeline, you can see that every 4 years, Bitcoin has reached new heights and established a higher floor. 2017, the high was $20,000. A new floor was established around $5,000. 2021, the high was $69,000. A new floor was established around $30,000. And in 2025, the high is already $111,000. And even though we've pulled back a little bit from that high, the floor price is still rising. So don't be discouraged if Bitcoin is moving sideways in price because that's just the calm before the storm. Bitcoin is boring, predictable, and slow, especially in the short term. But that's exactly why it's so powerful in the long term. Just make sure you don't confuse short-term quiet with long-term failure. Over every 4-year cycle, Bitcoin has always gone up. The only question is, will you still be holding when it does? Thanks for watching.